Should we start? No? Ladies first?
No, say it, because I think it sounds really nice with your accent.
What, Archwell Audio?
Yeah.
Archwell Audio.
I mean...
Really?
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Today is December 15, 2025. It is 3:58 a.m. Alright, so I have some tweets to share with you. It's gonna be very quick. It's only 3 tweets. The majority of the tweets that I see on Twitter are mostly about Meghan's father. I think I've covered enough. So my first video, I talk a lot, and I think I'm gonna have 2 parts to it. I didn't edit it yet. So there's some feel-good kind of tweets that I want to share with you. So I decided to bring it over here. All right, so this is the first tweet. We do not give our energy to haters. Kerry Washington did not stutter. Like Meghan said, my circle of trust is tight. All right, so there's that here. Let's listen. It's only 25 seconds.
I don't really take criticism to heart from people who I don't admire and respect.
Dang.
I have to like you and like how you're living and what you're doing and what you're creating to feel like you have a say on what I do.
You just have to be careful with your energy and not give it to haters.
That's a very good advice here. Wise. Oh, all right. So this is extra here. Okay, since I don't have a lot to share with you, let me pause and add it to the list. Okay, I've added to the list, and this is one of those that I just added. She sat in quiet power, at peace with her own mind. She absorbed every moment of her precious flower wedding, the steady courage of the prince beside her, admiring the love they held between them. That moment belongs to the brilliant daughter she had raised. Nothing else existed. Yeah, when the wedding, I saw this, my heart just like... my heart went out to her because I don't know, something when it's to see her sitting by herself. I think it was more of the fact that she was sitting there without other family members. Because I remember, I think it was in the docu-series where her niece, due to so many unnecessary complications with the tabloid, the royal family, she then invite the niece to the wedding, and then seeing now, you know, at that time I didn't know that, but now but when I saw the image, knowing that the father wasn't there and Miss Doria was sitting there by herself, that was what really hit me. Okay, her by herself and without other family members. That was the thing that hit me. And then everything that was surrounding her and Meghan, well, not her in particular, Meghan on the tabloid. There she is. There's that. That was nice. I mean, there would have been so much going on if they had just... when I say they, meaning the royal family, the royal vibe, let Meghan help them and with ideas, with Miss Doria's knowledge, doing social work. Well, then again, the royal family is not about that. Okay, let's make it clear. They're not about that. It seems like the things that Meghan was doing, which many of us thought this is what the royal family was about, which they were not. It was like Meghan was going to expose their incompetency. And you could see... you know, unintentionally, it's just Meghan was gonna do the thing that she enjoyed doing, which she pretty much told them from the beginning, I think in their engagement.
I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well is obviously a huge relief to me, because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it. But no, you know, we're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, you know, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
I am very excited about that, yeah.
And Meghan, given your acting and the profile you had, you'd already been involved in various causes, you've been an ambassador for UN Women. What about this new role? I mean, you're going to have a bigger platform, a bigger voice. What do you want to do with it?
I think what's been really exciting as we talk about the transition of this out of my career but into the role is that, as you said, the causes that have been very important to me, I can focus even more energy on, because very early out of the gate, I think you realize once you have access or a voice that people are willing to listen to, with that comes a lot of responsibility, which I take seriously. And at the same time, I think in these beginning few months and now being boots on the ground in the UK, I'm excited to just really get to know more about the different communities here, smaller organizations who are working on the same causes that I've always been passionate about under this umbrella. And also being able to go around to the Commonwealth. I think it's just the beginning of a...
There's a lot to do.
Really?
There's a lot to do.
And when all four of them were on stage, she told them.
Touched on it before, you have, it's well known, you've championed the empowerment of women and young girls and promoting their self-worth. How do you hope to continue that work with the Royal Foundation?
Yes, I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact.
But they were afraid of that, and they went and act crazy. The narrative, first shaped by UK media and unchecked spread by everybody, even squaddies, that Doria Wagland settled alone in the church. No, when you look at her there with her family, without, you know, the husband, the ex-husband. That's the way I was going about it. Okay, bench at her daughter's wedding is false. She sat with Meghan's friends, Bettina Litt, whose girls and Jessica's were the flower girls. Here's proof. Right. The tabloid was mostly referring to Doria being the only member of Meghan family in attendance. That's what I got too, trying to make it a thing. Even if she sat alone, she was not lonely because her focus was on Meghan. Doria looks lit with joy, 100%. Give it a rest. Right. Linda, why are you so bloody miserable? Okay, let me not read that. It's there. I think that's the squaddy, is it? Alright, so let's leave that alone. She really is a woman of substance. Alright, next tweet. So this was one of my original list. Okay. Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. What I think the squad were doing is that the nonsense that was going on about the father, so many tweets were going out about it. So some squaddies were putting random tweets about, you know, the positive thing, Harry and Meghan. I think that might be my favorite dress on her. She looks stunning, but she always does. There's that. Next tweet. That was from my original list. Adele. I mentioned it on Happy Team Sussex, what I was going to talk about over here. The way Adele works for 6 months and then disappear for 7 years is very much work-life balance I'm all about. Hey, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know too much about her, but there's something I think I read, or was it something she herself said somewhere about her upbringing? Let me pause for a second. Okay, so I didn't want to say the wrong thing, but I went to ChatGPT. This is what I asked. What did the singer Adele say about her childhood upbringing? Okay, so there's all of that. Here's a summary of what Adele has said about her childhood upbringing based on her own interview and public comments. Okay, so there's all of that. I'm going to go to the summary here. In simple terms, Adele grew up in working class London, raised by a devoted single mom. Music was central to her childhood and gave her emotional solace. Her experiences moving between neighborhoods, feeling lonely, and watching her mother work hard. That was the thing here. Watching her mother work hard deeply shaped her personality and her songwriting. Okay? So when she got the million, this is the thing sometimes I don't understand with some people who are millionaires, because they seem like they want more and more and more. They never stop to enjoy the fruits of their labor. So what I think she's doing here, I think she lived very full. I don't know, okay? I'm just saying from the outside. She make her music, she earn her money, she make million, so she's enjoying the fruit of her labor. And then when she decided if something popped up or music or something like that, she goes on and the thing and the studio and record it. So I think what happened with her, she's just enjoying her the money because she knows what hardship is all about. I truly respect that. All right, let's see here. She zen the F out. That's what I like an hour ago. I would love to work for 2 to 3 years continuously and then boom, disappear for the rest of my life. To be able to do some of the thing is because things are not cheap. You have to be able to balance things and manage the money properly, or probably she invests and the money keeps on working. She make her money work for her, in my humble opinion. You end up chain smoking 280 pounds like her too. No, she lose the weight. You know what? This is why some people you cannot be on the internet. That's not what I wanted to show. Where am I? Not everybody can be on the internet. She did her thing. As a matter of fact, I think her boyfriend is a publicist, right? Let me pause and look for it. Who? Okay, I realized I didn't pause it. Who? I can't spell. Him. I think he's a publicist, and I think he. What's that basketball player? What's his name? Oh, since 2021, Rich Paul. Rich Paul is an American sports agent and the founder and chief executive officer of Clutch Sports Group. His most notable client is basketball player LeBron James. That's the one I was thinking of, with whom he has been a longtime friend. Paul is also co-head of the sports division at the United States Talent Agency. He's making his own money. Let's see, how much does he worth? It's not like his couple millions. Okay, the net worth of sports agent Rich Paul, founder and Clutch Sport, is estimated over 120 million. He's making his own money. Okay, so it's not like he's trying to take her money, Adele's money. He's making his own money. All right, so there's that. Let's go to the next. Oh, did I finish this? Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. The only thing is that what's got me is that she worked for 7 years and then she just went and chill. To put it, or did I? Okay, I almost skipped something here. So she's enjoying her money and relax, and hey, she does. Who knows? She's probably sponsoring other charities and people who's in need or something. I don't know. I'm just saying. All right, Meghan Stone Cold Fox husband. The squad were putting things because the thing about her father. Okay, let me just go through it really quickly because I won't be able to play it properly. Copyright left and right, the video, the music, everything. Okay, so there's that. Any response? Love seeing my edits on here. There's that. Love this. Oh, yummy. There's all that. Let's go to the next tweet. I really don't want this to be too long. It's about Harry. One more after that. So these I just added. Prince Harry stopped owning the monarchy anything once he left. As for Meghan, how dare they ask anything of her? Charles said there wasn't enough money to support her.
Driving us out into the fields, asked about Meg. Not with great interest, just casually. Still, he didn't always ask. so I was pleased. She's good, thanks. Does she want to carry on working? Say again. Does she want to keep on acting? Oh, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't think so. I expect she'll want to be with me, doing the job, you know, which would rule out Suits, since they film in Toronto. I see. Well, darling boy, you know there's not enough money to go around. I stared. What was he banging on about? He explained, or tried to. I can't pay for anyone else. I'm already having to pay for your brother and Catherine. I flinched. Something about his use of the name Catherine. I remembered the time he and Camilla wanted Kate to change the spelling of her name because there were already 2 royal ciphers with a C and a crown above. Charles and Camilla. It would be too confusing to have another. Make it Catherine with a K, they suggested. I wondered now what came of that suggestion. I turned to Willie, gave him a look that said, "You listening to this?" His face was blank. Pa didn't financially support Willie and me and our families out of any largesse. That was his job. That was the whole deal. We agreed to serve the monarch, go wherever we were sent, do whatever we were told, surrender our autonomy, keep our hands and feet inside the gilded cage at all times, and in exchange the keepers of the cage agreed to feed and clothe us. Was Pa, with all his millions from the hugely lucrative Duchy of Cornwall, trying to say that our captivity was starting to cost him a bit too much? Besides which, how much could it possibly cost to house and feed Meg? I wanted to say, she doesn't eat much, you know, and I'll ask her to make her own clothes, if you like. It was suddenly clear to me that this wasn't about money. Pa might have dreaded the rising cost of maintaining us, but what he really couldn't stomach was someone new dominating the monarchy, grabbing the limelight. Someone shiny and new coming in and overshadowing him, and Camilla. He'd lived through that before and had no interest in living through it again.
She was never funded by them. It's not Harry and Meghan's job to save the monarchy. It's the Wellses' inheritance to save, grow. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, spot on, 100%. That's the heart. You're right. The unroyals are desperate because they now realize their unpopularity is growing while Harry and Meghan's popularity continues to grow. They keep people around them who keep on saying yes to them. And then they manipulate the system to benefit them, but they refuse to see reality. That's the problem they have. The reality was always there, but they shape or Charles trained William to rely on the tabloid when it's the people. I've been saying it. It's the people. If you get to the people's psyche, you make them like you, you do things for them. Not to just like you. You have to do things for them. Once they see you doing something for them, okay, you make their life easier, you will have no problem. But they live in a fantasy kind of world they create for themselves and thinking, and they make people around them to comply to their stupidity, and they refuse to listen to reality. So reality is hitting them right now. And then they think just because positive coverage is being written about them, when in fact they don't want, they know, they're forcing people to write positive thing about them.
The press and the media. And as they say at the start of episode 1, they say so many books and shows and stories have been written about us. We wanted to have our own say. And remember, the purpose of the PR office at the royal family is to keep the royals in the press all the time. So you have to remember, when I work in newsrooms, it's a fact that every anti-Harry and Meghan story comes from Kensington Palace.
But why
and if it comes from Kensington Palace, why are they briefing against their own grandson?
Well, okay, that's a very... The idea...
Why are there never any
I think that's fascinating.
About Prince William?
Were William and Kate involved in briefing against them originally? I don't know.
Much of the negativity towards the couple is coming from within the royal family. The royal family and staff of the royal family are the ones that are very often leaking these stories to the press.
They're forcing people to write positive thing about them, and they buy it, meaning that they believe it, and they refuse to listen to the people. All right, there's that. Well said. Absolutely. It's nothing to do with Harry and Meghan. It is a job for King Charles III and lazy William and Kate. Best of luck with that one. Ew, nobody wants shit from these accounts. All right, next tweet. But this is the thing I was saying on my last video, but yet they keep on coming to write their things. All right, this is my last one. When they create their own tweet, when the haters create their own tweet, it doesn't land as well because a lot of people block them. So they have to come under a positive tweet, like the squad's tweet, to write their nonsense. All right, happy Sunday. The squad were putting things out because things like this out because the father kind of tweet was taking too many people were talking about it. Okay, Meghan Sussex, that's just sick, you're deranged. Okay, what did a happy Sunday? Okay, so there's some images here. What is wrong with these people? Netflix Christmas special, mad, sad, and self-indulgent, say critics. I mean, we're not gonna hear them to say positive thing about it. Let's block this one. That's what I mean when they go under the squad things to put their negativity. So that is it. Let's do a prayer. Prayer for, I don't know, wellness. That's all I could think of. Let's go take an image right here. Lord of heaven, I rest underneath your mighty wings of love. I dwell within your gentle heart. I know there is healing in your touch. Through the suffering of Christ, I can ask for restoration and trust in your goodness. You are my Lord, my Savior, my healer, and my friend. I dwell within your gentle embrace. Amen. All right, so that is it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that is it. Thank you for watching. And log on to Team Sussex. There are some tweets, not so pleasant tweets about the left behinders and the father, what went on in the Philippines. Okay, thank you for watching.